I would like to kindly request you stay back to welcome our esteemed leaders for the inaugural session on the topic, Support of Government in Growth of EdTech, EdTech, with some words from esteemed leaders from the industry. I request Ms. Amrit Singh, IAS, Director, Department of Higher Education and Employment Generation Skill Development, Government of Punjab. Ma'am, kindly please come forward and receive the token of love from Ms. Tanya. And there's a lovely welcome by a very beautiful plant. And everyone, give an applause for it, everybody. Next, I request Mr. Chandrasekhar Buddha, Chief Coordinator Officer of AICTE. Tanya ma'am gives the planter. Next, I request Mr. Sudhakar Rao, Director of ICFAI Group. It's a lovely welcome, sir. Tanya ma'am, please give the planter. Next, we have Mr. Rishikesh Patankar, Vice President of National Skill Department Corporation. It's a lovely welcome, sir. Next, we have Ms. Prashasti Rastogi, Director of Coursera for Campus. It's a lovely welcome, ma'am, on behalf of Tanya ma'am, and she's giving the planter. Next, we have Mr. J. Ravikumar, Associate Director of Commercial Business Private, Acer. Tanya ma'am gives the planter. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to give the stage to Ms. Amrit Singh, IAS Director of Department of Higher Education and Employment Generation, Skill Development and Government of Punjab. I request to ma'am kindly please come at the podium, and we would like to hear from you. Everyone, with the round of applause, please welcome Ms. Amrit Singh.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. To dwell upon the role of government in promoting EdTech, I think there's no debate about the fact that EdTech is actually, it's actually got a very transformative role, and it's a transformative force in the modern educational systems, not just in India, but across the world. And it has huge potential to actually enhance learning outcomes, personalize learning outcomes, and enhance accessibility. In the context of our own country, as part of the government, I can say, and I'm sure all of you also feel, the real challenge is that of scalability of anything, but EdTech in particular in this case, equity, and also the quality of education. So in the backdrop of all of that, it's a no-brainer that the government has to really put in a lot of effort to make this product reach the right people at the right time. If we talk about initiatives that are being taken across the globe, maybe let's take example of Singapore. They've got something called a Smart Nation Initiative, which is basically trying to incorporate and inculcate and integrate technology into various sectors, education also being one of them. Various European nations and generally speaking developed nations across the world are trying to enhance digital literacy, putting in a lot of efforts in making their country very skilled in terms of digital skills. That's all in the backdrop of an emerging digital economy, not just in every single country of the world today, but also across the world. So again, if we talk about India in this scenario, we all know that the new education policy was launched about a few years back, 2020. And there's a lot of focus in the new education policy on personalized learning, digital literacy. There are several portals such as Swayam and Diksha, which help provide a lot of digital resources, online courses, and facilitation of access of these sort of courses to people all over. So there's one thing to sort of be like build products which are driven in the domain of EdTech, but the other thing, the real challenge is actually that of accessibility, and that is where the government really needs to step in. If we make all the right products with the right intentions, but it doesn't reach the right person at the right time, there's no use of that product. So as part of the government, our real challenge, our real role, and our real focus should be actually to take all the technology that we are actually experiencing right now in the education domain to the last mile, which is maybe to, a border village in, if we talk about Punjab, maybe Fazilka or Firozpur or Taran Taran, those kind of places. Girls in these area. So, yes, that is what the government should really try and build upon. Other than that, of course, government needs to have a very holistic approach as to how to make these things work in all aspects. One of the most important aspects of that would be to actually teach our teachers. That is, our educators have been sort of driven and sort of guided by and very comfortable in a certain kind of an education system which we've all grown up with, we all are very familiar with. But having changed the technology and not changing the educators who are actually going to impart learning through this technology to students, that would be an incomplete sort of a policy intervention on part of the government. And therefore, we really need to design products not just for students but also for teachers, so that they have a sort of a sense of comfort, a sense of confidence in actually becoming a part of this entire objective of personalized learning and growth and skill development of students across India. So that's one domain that the government really must work on. The other thing is, of course, when I was talking about accessibility, how do we do that? How do we take this EdTech to the last mile? A lot of countries across the world, and so is India, trying to invest a lot of resources, human resource, financial resources into, broadband connectivity, broadband devices, infrastructure, related infrastructure. We also need to sort of do a lot in terms of enhanced learning, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and taking all of these experiences to make learning fun and to make learning actually outcome oriented and sort of a very good experience for the student. So that's also some thing that the government must think of. And I think the last aspect would be that there has to be regulation and policy intervention, policy formulation on part of the government, such that, whenever we speak about businesses and government, there's always this very sweet spot between how much intervention and how much regulation should the government actually have, and how much policy should we make, how many rules and regulations should there be. So to have the right mix of that and a perfect balance of that, I think stakeholder conferences by the government with businesses, with intelligentsia, and of course within the government, all these stakeholders need to come together, and the government must do that and sort of take inputs and develop policies such that we are able to promote EdTech, we are able to promote PPPs in EdTech, and have the right kind of policies. Also, we need to have, when we are sort of subjecting our young minds to so much online exposure, I think the government must also think of how to safeguard the interests of the privacy of the students who are accessing this sort of data online. I know for a fact that the US has actually already formulated an online privacy and privacy policy, privacy protection policy. which I think is a must, and we first need to develop the policy, but simultaneously we also need to develop these kind of protections, because we're talking about young people, and we need to understand that we need to subject them just to the right kind of things, and they should, in the garb of all of this, not sort of deviate into other things. So that's what I could think of is what the government should do. And to summarize, I think what I mean by government's role is actually promoting and producing the right kind of ed products, giving accessibility to the right kind of people, a capacity building of educators, and also the right kind of policy formulation. So that's my thoughts on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was truly insightful, and now I request to Ms. Tanya ma'am, kindly please come up on the stage and felicitate our honorable speaker. Everyone, come on, give it applause for Ms. Amrit Singh, everybody. Here we have two beautiful ladies together in one frame. And next, I would like to invite give the stage to Mr. Chandrasekhar Buddha, Chief Coordinating Officer of AICTE. Everyone, give it applause and please welcome him here.
Good morning all. On behalf of Minister of Education, I welcome all of you for this wonderful event. Why I'm saying wonderful? Because, Honorable Prime Minister always says, Sabka Sa Sabka Vikas. I think that is what exactly ObserveNow is doing. They are doing events across the country. I think, ma'am, you left Chennai, yeah? So I was just reading. So I think, you need to cover Chennai also. So I would like to thank Jeet Sharma ji and Tanya ji for having this kind of interactive sessions. Because, in India, everyone individually best of the best. But when it comes to team, right, working together as a team India, I think, that is where we are little lagging. This kind of a sessions basically gives an opportunity to learn from each other. Life is about learning, every day we are learning something new. So I'm also hoping that, I will visit some of the stalls and learn something new today. So another good thing what ObserveNow do is they are not only focusing on the education sector, they are focusing on the human resources, on the government, on the BFSI, technology, cyber security, energy, etc. I think this is a kind of a successful combination is what they are creating. And I would just like to come back to today's topic, because I strongly believe, when I was a student, I was keep on observing one thing that, my teacher is teaching me along with the 59 other students. I mean, so 60 students are in this class and all are learning the same content, and the teacher assuming that everyone is grasping the knowledge in an equal level. As you all know, which is not true. So I think, what is that gap? I think, because every student is unique. Every student learning patterns are unique. Every student data acceptance levels are unique. Every student understanding levels are unique. Every student circumstances within their family, within their education system is unique. Some sits in the front bench, some in the back bencher, right? So these are the different circumstances. So how we can create a content in a customizable and personalizable manner so that it can serve each and every student in the classroom, or the student, who is maybe a bike mechanic, who wants to upskill, reskill. So I think this is where I see a role of edutech companies, because we already have colleges, right? So why we need edutech company? Because this is the gap. I think this gap is what the edutech companies fill in our country. And we are very fortunate that we have moved from a 4G to 5G now, slowly from 4G old to 5G. What it means is the content, any content, whether it's a textual content or a video content or a pictorial content or a digital twinning or a AR, VR or MVR, I think this entire content will flow from one place to another place without any problem. And there is no buffering, right? I mean, we need to thank our Honorable Prime Minister for making this entire country as a digital India, which is very, very important. And that basically allowed the content to flow from one place to another place. That allowed the content creation very easy, and that helped the edutech companies to flourish. I think, and why only within our country? I mean, within our country we have more than 30 crore students. And imagine you are serving 30 crore students, and don't you think you can serve the remaining 2.4 billion students across the world? You can. I think, that's where we see there is a small personalized and customized content, but with the language. I mean, the local language. Example, within our country we have 22 beautiful vernacular languages. So can we create this content in multiple languages? Can your learning management system accommodate multiple language content? Imagine the student is speaking in Punjabi and the professor is understanding that in English. It literally translates, and he speaks in, I mean, the teachers or faculty speaks in English and this person understands in Punjabi. I think, this is where we have, as a government of India, we created one initiative called Anuvadini. It does an instant translation. It translates your content instantly to 19 Indian languages and 23 foreign languages. The advantage is you just create content in one language. Let's assume, I'm basically from Andhra Pradesh, so my mother tongue is Telugu. I can write the content in Telugu and it instantly translates on the other side. The content along with the photographs, everything get translated into 19 other Indian languages and 23 foreign languages just by click of a button. So this is the kind of a powerful tool what we have created. I think I request all of you to utilize it, because see how you will increase your return of investment, because this is a very crowded space. The edutech space itself is a crowded space. And everyone wants to jump in and, and acquire the customer. Customer acquisition cost is also very high. So example, you have seen, so many edutech companies now on the edge of bankruptcy because the customer acquisition cost is so high. And retention of the customer is also very, very, very difficult. So I think that's where I see that if you can create the content in multiple languages and start serving the global customers along with the customers within our country, I think, this is one of the biggest unique selling proposition what your edutech company will have. And another thing what I see is most of the learning management systems what we have in our country is a plain vanilla learning management systems. I think, sometimes we forget to assess the students on the initial level, because you need to understand, whether if it's a cricket, you need to understand whether I'm a wicket keeping or, I'm a bowler or a batsman or all-rounder, or I'm very good in catching, at the boundary level, not, just next to the keeper. I think that particular assessment, right, we are not doing it in a right way. The minute you assess the student and understand and create a SWOT analysis of a student, I think that is where the window of opportunity of learning and teaching will open up. I think, this is one area where we need to focus a little. And keeping all this in mind, government has come up with various initiatives, as Swayam Diksha, and I would like to introduce one more called NEET, National Education Alliance for Technology Scheme, where we have onboarded the edutech companies after evaluation, where you can sell this product on a B2B as well as B2C mode. So when I say B2B, you can straight away sell these bulk licenses to the institutes. And at the same time, if a learner or a student wants to sell this, purchase this product, they can utilize the B2C level and they can buy this. I think what is the advantage of NEET? The biggest advantage of NEET is reducing the initial investment of acquiring a customer. Because see, the customer acquisition cost itself is too much in our country. Example, if you see, I see so many edutech ads outside the airports and when you are traveling or somewhere, across. But how much you are investing and how much is that the return of investment what you are getting? Because instead of doing edutech business, you can do other business where the return of investment is more than 12%. So what is the return of investment in edutech business? I think, keeping that in mind, what we did, we thought, why don't we cut short this entire expenditure of acquiring a customer? Because your customer resides inside a college or a school or an institute or a lecturer, professor, right, or a teacher. So we have cut down the entire noise and we created a filtered based approach where once you get selected and onboarded on NEET, we will take your product and straight away in front of these 30 crore students and more than 25 lakh teachers, faculty, and other institutes we have, higher education as well as schools, so that you will create a lead with less money. So here the government of India wants to help all the edutech companies so that they invest less and they get more profits out of it. So that's where the need comes into picture. I request all of you to look into it, and it's a very good platform, and a lot of people and very good customers and retention customers, because customer retention is also very important. It is not that you just have a customer once and you spend 5,000 rupees and then you got acquired a customer and he spent 2,000 rupees and he left your platform. I think retaining that customer and make him as a recurring customer, recurring learner, continuous learner is very important. So I see one more observation from my side. I may be wrong, but I always like platforms which has a gamification in it, because most of the kids, if you see nowadays, right, they prefer more games. So why don't we teach them using games? And digital twinning is another technology which we recently tried out. So there is a company in Germany, they are manufacturing the aeroplane engine. So we have taken the digital twin and we have given it to more than 800 students. And they worked on the digital twin, they tweaked the wiring of that engine and we submitted back to the German-based company. I think, this kind of interactions, if we can include and embed inside our learning management systems, I think, that is where we will go from a local to global. Because, this Honorable Prime Minister always says local to vocal, right? So I think we need to go from a local to global, but that experiment needs to be done on our level so that, we will slowly take these things into a next level. So as a lot of other digital initiatives and what is this, national education policy is all about. If you ask me in a simple one-liner, because I don't want you to bore with this 600 pages of book, but the matter of the fact is we need to make sure that our country, our students, our professors, everyone become, and we will deliver the world's best educational capital of the world and skill capital of the world. This is a goal of the entire national education policy. In order to do that, the edutech companies will play a major role. And I see that, we are very open and you all welcome to our offices. And if you want something else to be included, I'm here for the entire session till 1 o'clock. You feel free to share with us. We are happy to discuss, and let's take our country forward and make our country as a Vishwaguru. And we need to always remember, we as Indians believe that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, entire world is our family. So let us create a products which is worth to sell it to the entire globe, not only within our country. Thank you very much. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much, sir, for putting the lights on these several topics. Now I would like to give the stage to Mr. Sudhakar Rao, Director of ICFAI Group. Everybody, with the round of applause, please welcome on the podium Mr. Sudhakar Rao.
Very good morning to all of you, all the academic leaders present here. There are so many universities here, so many universities in Chandigarh, so many universities in India. But to begin with, I'll borrow from WhatsApp University. Very recently, there was a post that was circulated in WhatsApp. There's one alumnus who is calling up his maths teacher and asking, it's a reel. So that alumnus is asking his maths teacher, sir, you taught me a square plus b square plus 2ab. Where do I find this 2ab and where is this actually used? I have finished my 10 years, 15 years of education and my work life. Nowhere did I use this. Why did you teach me? In Hindi, he was asking these questions. And then the teacher says, no, you will not use. And there's another question. He says, in trigonometry, you taught me this, and a few other examples he asks. Then he says, no, that also you will not use anywhere. Then why did you teach me? And while teaching you, you scolded me, you gave me all kinds of galis, you beat me with cane in the school. But sir, I am not using this. So that is the first one from WhatsApp University. Then we'll go to a real university. There's an alum of Stanford University, math grad from Stanford. I'm sure you would have seen this also circulated in the last 1 week. Hamza Aslam Rai, this is a math grad from Stanford. There's a post, says that I have never used partial differential equation in work. And then one goes on to explain that we have not to be burdened by what we are going to use in real life, but education institutions should create a lot of space for learning, a lot of opportunity for opening up one's mind, so on and so forth. Based on these two examples, I think we have a very important point to take home. The important point to take home, apart from, today's theme is transforming learning experience. Apart from use of technology, apart from use of methodologies, apart from stakeholders coming together, government policy intervention, so on and so forth, that is all one side. We just go to the microcosm called university, and within the university, I think I agree with what Hamza was mentioning. Colleges, universities should be completely unburdened by the fact that whether whatever you learn is going to be used in the real world or not, we should still learn. We should be teaching and exposing the students to a lot of adjacencies. If a student is interested in a particular subject, that student should actually pursue deeper into that subject, unmindful of the fact that it has a monetary value or not, it has a commercial application or not. I think at learning level, the depth has to be good, your horizons have to be wide enough, and then your curiosity will be kindled, your realization and actualization of knowledge will fructify. I think these parameters are extremely important to a very, very important studentship. We need to de-link the burden of placement also in one way to what we actually teach. In majority of our colleges, ICFAI cordially welcomes Chitkara at Himachal Pradesh. Ma'am, you will agree with me that in most of the engineering colleges around the country, including ours, there's a big clamor for joining only the courses that are in AI and computer sciences, and others are actually, on the back burner. If a student, I'm not saying it should be against the wishes of a student, but if a student likes mechanical engineering, if a student likes civil engineering, they should pursue at an undergraduate level. Probably they can specialize and cross-branch at a PG level and probably work towards their research or employment. So if we de-link the placement burden from a college or a university, it works very well for us. Going forward, what I'm saying probably is applicable a few years down the line, but going forward, I think we should de-link that, and college should be to promote curiosity, awakening of oneself, problem solving, compassion, empathy, bonding, learning from peers, trying to understand the diversity, culture of the country, so on and so forth. I think in one's own subject, they should interact with adjacencies, interact with peers, interact with teachers, and interact with those knowledge horizons in a manner that is unmindful of its practical application. Then it will be in its pure form the best in colleges and universities. I moved for this idea because in India, we have very few people who have developed the ability to question. If someone says it's Viksit Bharat, no university questions what is the first parameter of gross enrollment ratio to become a Viksit Bharat. Nobody questions. The current GER is around 26% or 28%. Should it not go to 68 or 70% to become a Viksit Bharat, to become a developed country? Answer is yes. Our students should have the ability to question any postulation, question any claim, question any slogan when it comes to talking and discussion. It is not that we need to negate it. We don't have to see it with a sense of contempt. We need to look at it from a sense of query, curiosity, and actionable slogans. If it is a Viksit Bharat and developed country, what is our per capita income supposed to be? How do we question the data that we are growing at 12% or 8% per annum year on year, when no company around us, no large company around us, say any consumer goods company, grows beyond 2 to 3% or 4% year on year? How one has arrived at these calculations. We need to question. We don't have to condemn anyone. We need to question in its purity. We don't have to approach anything with contempt, but we need to raise a query, seek a clarification, validate with some databases. I think that will happen only when the curious minds are awakened, when only the students are told to be unburdened with what is going to happen a little later, but they can pursue their interests and choice of studies that they can make in the universities. That is a very, very important thing that we will have to do. Then who will do the placement? Probably the industry and the academia together should come up with some JVs or have some organizations that are nothing but finishing schools, and finishing schools should be able to pursue this placement activity. I think learning experience will only enhance or will only transform with application of technology, with also application of oneself to the commitment of learning. Student-run universities, student-run campuses will do well. Student-run campuses mean they run completely the entire campus. Give them that experience of running the campus. You will have lesser qualms, lesser trouble. And you just have to guide them from behind. And I'm sure a lot of arrived at universities and colleges do this. And that's in the good direction. Learning experience will be transformed in a way when we encourage them to learn from one another, peer learning. And when they spearhead these activities, of course by use of technology, of course online and offline, these can be pursued beautifully. If you remember your own campus, wherever you studied from, it is probably because of some of these purest forms of learning. It is not because of the green grass that your company, your organization had from hundreds of acres. It is those wonderful words of wisdom that your teacher would have taught you. It is those memories that your classmates would have given you. I think that makes you remember and think good of your own university. Similarly, our students who are pursuing education with us right now will have to be given opportunities to create such memories, most meaningful memories, most lasting memories, and memories that will be very, very useful for future life. A life that can question, a life that can validate, a life that can be socially responsible, and a life that can lead the society and the organizations that we are going to work in. I welcome all the participants to this conference. This conclave is the second in Chandigarh, and for us also second in Chandigarh. We are very happy to be part of this. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Jeet and Tanya. I wish you all the best, and all the exhibitors and all the participants and learners. I wish you get a lot of opportunities and walk-ins to all your stalls. When they come and stand in front of you, you can ask them questions if they are not asking, so that there is a conversation that begins. Make the best of the times that are available to all of you. And these 2 days, let us sit back, relax, and enjoy, as Tanya has mentioned, but also learn and continue to learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was truly insightful. Now, I would like to give the stage to Mr. Rishikesh Patankar, Vice President of National Skill Development Corporation. Everybody give it applause and please welcome him here.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me here, all the organizers and exhibitors. I think this is a wonderful stage where we can learn, unlearn, and relearn. We already know that India is running on a digital transformation wave. Almost 1.4 billion Aadhaar cards, which are the UID biometric identities, then almost 1.2 billion internet subscribers. That is as per the latest TRI report. Number of smartphones usage, we are number 2 behind China. Number of people on social media, we are behind to number China. In fact, recently, last week only, there is a news item that the Geo networks data usage has surpassed China's data usage. So that is a wonderful analysis which has come out. Another analysis is, maybe if you go a little back and see the 2011 census of India, it says that almost 94% of the people in rural India didn't had access to computer, smartphone, laptop, or a normal device. There was a survey which was conducted by National Sample Survey Organization in 2014, and recently in 2018-19 as well, which also says that number of people who have access to digital devices is less. But I think after the digital transformation which we have seen over the last 4 or 5 years, the numbers have significantly increased, and once the data of the census which will happen after the new government is formed comes out, we would be number 1. In terms of Android app downloads also, India is number 1 in basically Android app as well as iOS app downloads. So this is the statistics where we are working, and the digital transformations are continuing, be it in edtech space, be it in fintech space. I belong to National Skill Development Corporation, which was established in 2008, and the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship was established in 2014. And there has been a significant change after the ministry has been established and the skilling ecosystem has evolved over a period of time. We have seen certain government flagship projects which have gone into the field, be it Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, recently launched by Honorable Prime Minister, the Vishwakarma scheme to enable 30 lakh Vishwakarmas in the country in 18 trades. So that is the movement which we are seeing in the skilling ecosystem. Further, if you go into the details, almost 3 crore, that is 30 million candidates have been skilled by almost 1 lakh plus educators and assessors. So these are the trainers and the assessors who basically identify and assess a person's skill and then certify it. We have 36 sector skill councils. These sector skill councils are largely catering to a specific sector, be it agriculture, be it logistics, be it healthcare, aerospace, and you name the sector, there is a sector skill council which works, which is like a awarding body. It is like a university which can award a certificate to a candidate to assess and certify the skills. So these sector skills councils are there, and most of the schools and colleges or the universities who want to work in the skilling ecosystem should talk to these sector skill councils. So there are 36 sector skill councils. These details are available on the ministry's site. So I'll request all the school, colleges and other institutions to talk to these sector skill councils, because there is a large collaboration which is available for academia as well as industry. So both industry and academia can connect to the sector skill councils and participate in the skilling ecosystem. The other part is the National Council for Vocational Education and Training, which is basically an apex body for vocational education and training, and my co-panelist from AICTE talked about national education policy and how it is basically helping a student, helping the teachers to build that personalized learning or personalized ecosystem development. I think Madam in the morning also talked about it, that personalized learning, adaptive systems are important, and most of the edtech companies are actually delivering those personalized experiences to the student, because in a classroom, each student's adaptiveness to a particular topic is very different and very difficult. So it is important that we deliver a personal kind of experience to each of these students so they can understand and assimilate the knowledge. The other part is, I wanted to touch upon, is a skill hubs initiative, which is run by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, where all the schools, all the colleges, all the universities, all the academic institutions can participate in the skilling ecosystem through this skill hubs initiative. So you can register your institution as a skill hub initiative. Both government and private institutions can be part of it. Right now the policy says that 60% of the candidates can be from the same institution, and you need to cater to 40% from the outside vicinity. So this is a model where Government of India is funding for skilling programs in your school or institution. So you can register as a skill hubs initiative and can take up these roles. So this is one major opportunity. Another opportunity is participating in the Skill India Digital Hub. Skill India Digital Hub is a portal which was developed by Ministry of Skill Development, and all the school level credits, the higher education credits are actually integrated with it. So students have a seamless journey in terms of movement, either it is horizontal movement or it is a vertical movement. So a candidate who is doing a ITI can actually do a diploma through this program, or a person who is a diploma holder who had a lateral entry into the second year of engineering can actually take up a BTech or a MTech or a MS degree. So these are the various avenues which are available to all the government institutions, private institutions, universities, schools, colleges. With this I'll end, but I am here and I would like to understand and coordinate with you all in order to get your experiences and see how we can build a thorough and perspective skilling ecosystem which is continuously evolving. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really thoughtful. Now I would like to give the mic to Ms. Prashasti Rastogi, Director of Coursera for Campus. Everyone give it applause. Please welcome on stage Ms. Prashasti Rastogi.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be in Chandigarh. I'm a product of Chandigarh. I went to school to Bhavan Vidyalaya, Chandigarh. And what I most appreciate about the learning that I had here as I completed my school education, it was a very holistic development from the early days. There were opportunities for extracurricular activities. There was always focus on skills. So Chandigarh has provided me the right kind of ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn, and that's how probably I chose to show up at Coursera and continue to work with education partners such as you. I can see one of the leading ladies, Dr. Madhu Chitkara, sitting right here. Madhu ma'am, you've had a great influence on the Indian higher education system, and it's great to have you in the audience while I speak. I also want to share a couple of thoughts on how the digital transformation has kick-started in higher education system. And these are some of the learnings that we have made at Coursera, given that we are working with more than 2,000 campuses worldwide. And some of the leading campuses in India also work with us to strengthen their curriculums. So some of the information that I'll be sharing you is basically data collected from all of you, and also a few innovations that Coursera has brought to front, given AI is the new frontier that India Incorporated is heading towards. Before I do that, can I have like a very, very quick poll from the audience? These are some of the challenges that we hear from the universities. A quick show of hands on which are these resonating with you, and what are your top priorities? Let me quickly say number one. A show of hands for number one. Okay, we seem to be doing well there. Number two. With ChatGPT, I'm sure number two is top of mind for many of you. Yeah, the number has gone up. Number three. Okay. Number four. I was thinking number four will have maximum show of hands, but I understand. Yes, yes, absolutely, I'm counting you. Number five. Sure. Because now, I mean, this is exactly what the ROI that students want. And number six, change management. I mean, it's a very common problem in corporate, I'm sure. Dr. Madhu, thank you. Right. So this is something that we hear very often, obviously from institutions. And I'll move on to summarize how we see this as of today. So most of the campuses that come to us, they say that we need to be able to strengthen our academic excellence by making agile curriculums. It does take curriculum redesign, takes forever. We want agility because the industry, the real world is agile. Obviously, ROI on education is of prime importance to how to drive student employability to ensure they get the right placement. Third piece is brand reputation and rankings, how to ensure that my institution is recording the right brand equity, that the inputs are right and so are the outputs. And at the same time, continue to reach more and more students by growing enrollments and therefore driving revenue. Because at the end of the day, institutions also are businesses. So we have seen this is really where institutions are focusing, and some of the areas Coursera also collaborates with. Just a little bit of introduction on Coursera. Coursera currently has about 14 crore registered learners, out of which about 3 crore are coming out of India. And all the courses that are there on Coursera come from either your university or an industry. So it is delivered, authored, and certified by the respective university partners or industry. And the way Coursera reaches many, many of you is in partnership with institutions. This could be a government. We work with about more than 100 governments around the world, and corporates and campuses. And in Coursera for Campus, we have devised a mechanism for you to learn, teach, and assess enabled through the Coursera platform. Learning is what you already know of, how to pick up a course, which is of the interest and skills that you desire, but at the same time, how to empower the faculty to deliver more adaptive, more localized, and glocalized curriculums. And assess, because at the end of the day, if you have to award credit for the learning that the students have made, you need to have a watertight assessment mechanism. So that's how Coursera for Campus enables the universities today. I'll take an example because, Sir was talking about skills incorporated into learning. Rishikesh sir just mentioned how skilling ecosystem has to be fused together and it has to be like a skill hub. So you can take this as a skill hub example. What we're saying is, if you were teaching BTech in computer science at your university, and this is a modeling of some of the 4 semesters that students have, we can create a modernized and agile course with AI and ML specialization by bringing in some of the top certifications to be embedded into the curriculum for credit. And what happens is it's a Lego brick structure, it's agile, it can be obviously improvised as the technology changes. So this is how blending of industry-aligned education can happen. And it gives the power to the faculty to blend courses from international experts into the curriculum, but at the same time, focus on industry certifications with partners like IBM to deliver exactly job role aligned learning. So this is the future of higher education that is evolving by amalgamating everything into your classrooms. I know the time is up, so I'll very quickly move on to the topic that that is at the heart of education today. So this is 2023, January, and you can read the headline, ChatGPT sends shockwaves across college campuses. Everybody threw up their hands in the air, said, students have found the perfect formula to cheat, right? ChatGPT is going to ruin educational outcomes. It's been 14 months hence. Our CEO was at the World Economic Forum and he was addressing this whole paranoia that was happening among the higher education system. What also has happened is, this is a study by McKinsey which says generative AI is going to impact the task of educators and workforce training. So this is the topmost industry where ChatGPT has its impact. I think all of us, I've grabbed enough attention from all of you because this is what we are most focused on today, but we have obviously a solution. Very quickly, if you look at the common things that you must have heard about ChatGPT, learning effort is compromised. Students are not spending too much time, they're trying to summarize everything. Unauthorized use of resources. You know, पहले तो एक दूसरे की copy करते थे, अब internet से भी copy करते हैं. Third, plagiarism. Somebody else's work is being resubmitted on their own name. But we feel, and at Coursera we have actually proved this, and I'll show you how, that there are more enablers using generative AI in education than the risks. Some of the examples here are, if a student is learning in the middle of the night and has questions, how do you address those questions? There's an AI coach sitting on the Coursera platform which can answer a question as banal as what is project management to what are the careers in project management and build a learning path towards it. On Coursera platform, we've also created an AI-based question generator so that you can create customized assessments at any given point of time and assess your students and calibrate them. We also have academic integrity features like auto-proctoring and AI-assessed Viva exam, which can enable students to be assessed quite subjectively as well. This is the power of generative AI that can be harnessed to just empower your educators 10x and deliver outcomes for each and every student at the power of one. So adaptive it can be. How much time do I have? Sure. I'll just take a minute more if it's okay. Right. I don't want to elaborate too much. I'll just redirect you to HPS case study. This came out on Monday. This is a case study on Coursera's foray into Gen AI and how Coursera is empowering the whole space of education by integrating generative AI technology onto the platform. I would love for you all to read this because this will give you insights on what we could do together with the power of generative AI. And these are some of the innovations that I'm happy to share. Sorry, I just can't go back. Can somebody click back so that to the previous? Yeah. So this is Course Builder, which allows you to create customized curriculums using the Coursera platform where you can bring in your own content, use Coursera library to package adaptive courses for your students. My colleagues Aditya and Manik are here in the room. If you would like a demo of it, we are happy to do it. This is also based on power of generative AI. This is something that we feel can completely change the way education is delivered to students. And hopefully we'll have many, many conversations on generative AI and the future of higher education today. Thank you for your time and thank you for your patience.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for insightful vision of yours. And now up next, I would like to invite on the podium none other than Mr. J. Ravikumar, Associate Director of Commercial Business Private Acer. Everyone, give an applause and please welcome him here.
Good morning, esteemed delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It's with immense pleasure that I stand before you today in the vibrant city of Chandigarh. This city is very close to Acer. Chandigarh has many large education institutes which are known all over the world. We work very closely with most of these institutes. We are excited and happy to be here to see you all. I would also like to thank Observe team for this wonderful opportunity. As you all aware, artificial intelligence is everywhere. AI is going to be our part of our life. The large language model is going to change the world economy and launch us into new era of education. The tech industry has already started the AI arm race. Technology industry is rapidly adopting the artificial technology. I feel this is necessary to educate all our children's students how to use this technology safely and more effectively. Acer, we are one of the largest ODM and OEM in the world. We manufacture a lot of laptops, desktops, servers, and IT products. We are number 3 in India. Acer is the first company to launch AI-powered PCs in the world and in India. You will see a lot of new products in AI from Acer India in the coming years. Whatever the panelists discussed today about these softwares, you definitely require a hardware to support it. So we have that hardware. I am here for the next 2 days. I would like to have a discussion one-on-one with whoever is interested, and we will like to show you some of the products which is there outside, and I will try and cover some more in my presentation. Once again, thank you all for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us. And everyone, once again, I would like to thank all our partners. Co-presenting partner Acer, powered by Salesforce, co-powered by Samsung. Knowledge partner ICFAI. Silver partner D2L. Silver partner Masai School. Online learning partner Coursera for campus. Exam and digital evaluation partner Learning Spiral. Enrollment automation partner Merito. Coding and assessment partner Code Tantra. Automation partner Mastersoft. Associate partner Cantilever. Associate partner Ecophone. Associate partner Talisma Jivika. Immigration partner Ken PR. University partner Sri Sai University. University partner Deshbhagat University. School partner Satluj Group of Schools. Institute partner Chandigarh Group of Schools. Institute partner Gateway Education. Exhibitor partner Tantalum Academy. Exhibitor USAII, United States Artificial Intelligence Institute. Exhibitor Shankar IAS Academy. Supporting partner Lambrin Tech Skills University. Supporting partner Great Learning. Supporting partner GIIT. Supporting partner Dolphin College. Thank you so much, all the lovely partners, for supporting us. And now I would like to invite on stage Dr. Madhu Chitkara ma'am. Kindly everyone, please give it applause for her and welcome her on stage for the felicitation for our honorable guest here. It's a lovely welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much for taking time out from your busy schedule and be the part of this lovely event. Dr. Madhu Chitkara ma'am, Pro-Chancellor, Chitkara University of Chandigarh. Now I request to ma'am, kindly please felicitate Ms. Amrit Singh. We have Mr. Chandrasekhar Buddha. I request to sir kindly please take feet forward, and I request to Madhu ma'am kindly please felicitate our honorable guest. Everyone give it applause. Thank you so much everybody. Next we have our another speaker, Mr. Sudhakar Rao. I request to sir kindly please come forward, and I request to Madhu ma'am kindly please felicitate Mr. Sudhakar Rao, everybody. Next we have our another speaker, Rishikesh Patankar, sir. I request to sir kindly please take feet forward. And I request to the beautiful lady, Ms. Madhu ma'am, kindly please felicitate. Now I request to Ms. Prashasti Rastogi ma'am, kindly please come forward. And I request to Dr. Madhu ma'am, kindly please felicitate. Last but not the least, I would like to call forward Mr. J. Ravikumar, sir. Everyone give it applause. And I request to Dr. Madhu ma'am, kindly please felicitate Mr. J. Ravikumar. Thank you, sir and ma'ams, for such an inspiring words and learning. I request everyone please stay back on the stage, and I now request to beautiful lady we have none other than Tanya Tiku, everyone, co-founder and editor-in-chief of ObserveNow. Everyone, give an applause for her.